Many years ago, I was giving a talk. I was the early childhood and kindergarten coordinator for the Northwest Territories and bringing in a new kindergarten curriculum for 4 and 5-year-olds. 4 and 5-year-olds. It was play-based and culture-based and designed around competencies such as relationships with others, relationships with the land, and many others. One of the areas that was part of it was self-regulation, and I still remember the day an elder came to me at the end of one of my sessions, and she told me that what I was presenting and speaking about and sharing with this group of educators, kindergarten teachers, there were early childhood educators, was what in her culture was, in her language, was soft eyes. And that idea had always stayed with me. Soft eyes. Imagine as early childhood educators and folks who are working with children and families, so thinking about it not just for the children, but for the families as well, that we bring soft eyes to everything we do in our work, right? Imagine, just think of what that brings to mind as a concept, even just when you hear it. It definitely speaks to empathy, it speaks to compassion, but she was really referring to even more than that. It was the view of the child. From a self-reg lens, I would say it was also science and beginning to realize that the behaviors presented to you, when we say behavior is communication, we float that idea around so easily, and many of us, we all nod, but it's communicating to us, and so it's asking us for a certain response. There is a gap in between that, what we see, what we view, what we interpret as the behavior, and how we respond. And if we bring our soft eyes and say, why and why now? Which is a form of self-reg reframing. Why and why now? When we begin to think about and unpack, and we always know there's something more, children need us. They need us to see them with soft eyes. The children that give us the most challenging days and times, and we're human, we're going to be frustrated, we're going to have moments, we're going to have times that we feel like we can't reach a child or provide everything that a child or a group of children need. We're human. But what if we started each and every one of those days, every one of those moments, or maybe it's the next day, the day after something didn't go so perfectly, that we started each of them with soft eyes. It's a real game changer, and it speaks to not just a bit of head knowledge, a bit of science about that there's more going on beneath those behaviors, but also that heart knowledge, before we dive in and try to figure out why and why now, onto how and how now.